What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scare Soldier back with another Borderlands 3 video, and in today's video we are going to be showing you our Gamma Burst Flak setup. And this setup is probably the best setup in the game overall for damage, survivability, and everything I've seen. This build has a lot of potential, so we're going to get right into the breakdown. Now, before we get into the breakdown of the build, make sure you hit that like button for your boy. We want 300 likes on this video. I know we can do it, and if we do, I may do a face cam reveal. Next, also subscribe to the channel because you do not want to miss another video. But let's get into the build. So the first and most important gun of the build is the Breath of Dying. The Breath of Dying is one of the best assault rifles in the game, if not the best assault rifle in the game for what it can do. One-shotting bosses is just a common thing of the Breath of Dying. If you guys missed the beginning clips, this thing destroys any boss in the game. Next, we have some common weapons. I'm not really going to talk too much about them because you guys probably seen them a million times. We got the Reflux for mobbing. We got the Light Show for individual targets. We have the Hellwalker because this thing's just a beast. And of course, you can use any other weapon that has been proven already to be good. So go ahead and use those. But make sure you just have the Gamma Burst is active. Gain 115% bonus radiation damage. That's going to be the best anointment for the way we have our build set up. Next, you're going to want to have Old God. Now, I've seen the 5G flak with the front loader and all that stuff, but we want survivability and we also want damage. And in return, I saw the 5G flak with the 5150 anoint. Now, although we are 35% less elemental damage compared to the 5150 anointment, we are getting 20% right back, so we're only down 15% elemental damage, and we are going to make up for that from survivability and other parts of our skill tree. Next, you're going to want to have the Mitosis Hunter Seeker. On Grenade Throne is going to be nice for Gamma Burst because Gamma Burst is active for at least 20 seconds. So while Gamma Burst is active, you can actually get bonuses by just throwing your grenade, which is quite easy to do. And also the Mitosis Hunter Seeker is great for proccing the Pearl and keeping those stacks active if you're not shooting enemies. And then finally, we have the Red Fang just so your pet can taunt and take all the aggro away from Flak, which right there, this class mod is just going to give you a ton of survivability. And you want rolls that at least have 1 point into He Bites and as many into Ferocity as possible. You also want things like splash damage, weapon damage, and Ash skill cooldown rate because this is going to be good with the splash damage on your Breath of Dying. Since this is such a powerful assault rifle, that splash damage is going to make it even stronger. Now, for the skill tree quickly, we did a lot of experimenting. We even went as far as pack tactics, but honestly, after all our testing, this was pretty much our favorite setup. Now, one suggestion I will have for you guys if you want Gamma Burst to last longer is instead of putting 5 out of 5 into Ferocity, take 3 points out of Ferocity and put it into Persistent Hunter so your Gamma Burst can last a little longer. But I'm going to show you why we didn't put any into Persistent Hunter. You're going to see in a second. Where we put 1 point in He Bites, that's from our class mod, simply because this is going to help Frenzy be procced a lot faster. And then we have the Atomic Aroma and also Empathetic Rage. This is just for damage straight up. And we also have the Great Horn Skag because the Great Horn Skag is going to give you a total of 45% extra damage straight up. So that's insane. So we also have the Gamma Burst, of course. Now, the biggest thing here is the green tree. So the green tree, if you guys look at, is quite weird. You might be like, whoa, what's going on over here? Well, we have the hidden machine because the enemies shouldn't be targeting us with Red Fang. They should all be targeting our pet. So that means hidden machine should be active. So that's 30% damage right there. Then we also have the Fast and the Furious, which is also going to be providing us more damage. So between these two skills right here, we're getting 55% raw gun damage straight up. Plus our pet's getting damage and Flak is getting some movement speed, which is awesome. So a super awesome perk right here. We're also getting some overclock, which is fire rate. So more DPS. We're getting Lick the Wounds in case we ever go down, which we shouldn't. And then we also have Turn Tail and Run, even more gun damage. We're getting health regeneration and it's just insane. And of course, we also have Rage and Recover now that it works. So you guys can see we have Gamma Burst with Red Fang. So all the aggro is not going to be taken on us. It's going to be our pet. Plus we have a little bit of Rage and Recover and also other means of health regeneration, plus a ton of damage. It's not even fair. And now going back to my point with Persistent Hunter. So you see we have the power inside. Now you may be like, why the hell would you ever have the power inside on a Gamma Burst build? Okay, listen right here. So you see the power inside's duration is 15 seconds. When you're at above half health, that's why we do not want the front loader like the 5G flak build. When you're above half health, which you would never be with the front loader, you're getting 50% gun damage off the power inside, which is absolutely insane for 15 seconds, okay? So for 15 seconds of Gamma Burst, right when you activate it, you're going to be getting 50% free damage from the power inside, which is insane. Gamma Burst only lasts 20 seconds, guys. So for 5 seconds only, you will have a little bit of drop off in damage, but barely even noticeable at a point because Flak is already extremely strong with our build. So for 15 seconds of Gamma Burst, you're going to be a monster truck, and then after that, you're just going to be a crazy monster truck. That's pretty much it. But yeah, it's going to be insane. But again, you don't have to have the power inside. That's just how I am. I'm a bit crazy that way. But again, you can take out the power inside, and you guys can just be putting points in Persistent Hunter and Ferocity instead. Now, here is the rest of our tree here. We have the Hunter tree. Pretty nice. Pretty similar to our Terminator Flak build, as a matter of fact. And we're getting head count to get Gamma Burst fast as hell. We're trying to get Gamma Burst back really quickly, which it does. It takes 4 to 5 seconds, and with head count, literally you have Gamma Burst pretty much after it ends. We also have Second Intention for that reload speed. We have just a ton of good perks in Flak's tree altogether. We also have Megavore, Galactic Shadow. I mean, what more do you want? This is pretty much set up perfectly, and then that's pretty much it. For the modifier suggestion, I do suggest you use Galaxy Brain, Healy Avenger, Drone Ranger, and Holy Crit. This is all just going to play really well together. Galaxy Brain is going to make all the enemies' heads huge, making critical hits extremely easy. And with the Holy Crit, you're going to be getting bonus critical hit damage, so that's great. And then Drone Ranger and Healy Avenger are just awesome to deal with because they're literally basically never active. That's what it feels like anyways. They are active, but they don't feel active because they're just so insignificant, if you will. So that is the whole setup, guys. Let me know what you thought about it because it's pretty godly in my opinion. It's been working really well for me, but we're going to show you some gameplay, of course, of the build. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out this 6G flag. Okay guys, so we're just going to be giving a quick breakdown of the Breath of Dying that you saw in the first clip. So right over here with the Breath of Dying, we're showing you the legendary effect, and when you kill an enemy, there's going to be green orbs that spawn out, and basically they spawn out from every angle, and if one of those green orbs hits an enemy, the enemy will be instantly killed, like right here. The orb hit Grave Ward, and that's why he instantly died. That's why the Breath of Dying is one of the best assault rifles in the game, because its legendary effect can one-shot any single thing in Borderlands. So a little more on the Breath of Dying quickly is that it's such a good mobbing weapon as well, because those orbs spawn from every single angle from a 360-degree basis. They can hit multiple enemies at a time, and also if one of those orbs out of maybe 10 or 12 orbs that spawn, if they hit an enemy, that orb is splash damage, so if there's enemies close by as well, those enemies will also die. And you're going to realize that when you're using this gun, mobbing is going to feel extremely fast because many enemies are going to die quickly. Some would even use a flesh melter with this gun since it only comes in corrosive, but again, the Pearl is also a really good choice as well. Now, even though we do have some added elements like Gamma Burst giving us 115% bonus radiation damage, the effect of this legendary, which some would say wouldn't work with added elements, still seems to work. You guys are seeing the footage right here that the legendary effect works on the Breath of Dying extremely effectively, and it's literally killing everything in our path. Now, going back to our 6G Flak setup, it's literally insane, guys, because we didn't actually have to dip so hard into the blue tree, because Flak survivability is actually quite good now because that Rage and Recovered is fixed. There's a lot of perks that work now in his skill tree that didn't work before. Now that they do work, it's really easy to keep Flak alive. And with the Gamma Burst and the pet scales to Mayhem level 10 now and does Mayhem level 10 damage and also has a ton of health. So even without Gamma Burst, the pet alone with 1 point into my BFFs can literally stay alive. So tie that in now that the pet has Gamma Burst affected now on him, it's insane. Now, another thing I want to point out is the fact that look at our cooldown on our Gamma Burst. It's pretty much always around 3 to 4 seconds. It's already on cooldown, which is why I didn't want to spec into Persistent Hunter very much, because we didn't really need to. We're getting that 15%. We're getting that 15% bonus damage increase of 50% for 15 seconds from the power inside out of the 20 seconds that we do have Gamma Burst active. Once Gamma Burst is not active, our action skill and anointments are going to be activated, which is great, and that means more damage for us from elements. And then we're going to be getting Gamma Burst right back, and that's going to activate power inside once again. So we're literally just a powerhouse that cannot be killed because the pet is taunting all the enemies away from us, which is insane. And we can just go ahead with the Breath of Dying and kill enemies and literally just do insane amount of damage. And that's pretty much summing up the build all in one. So survivability is amazing. Damage is amazing, mobbing is amazing, bossing is amazing. All of those things are amazing. We do not have to compromise our health with a front loader. We do not have to do anything crazy by speccing a ton of points into blue tree, because most of our damage is coming from green and red tree in most flak setups. And that's pretty much it. So right here, we're going to be applying the same techniques that we did on Grave Ward. We're shooting this little robot out of the air, and look at those orbs, how hard they hit Wotan. Another one-shot kill for us on the checklist. So that's our Gamma Burst flak build, guys. I hope you like the 6G flak setup. Make sure you hit the like button, guys. I want 300 likes on this video, and I will do a face reveal, a face cam for my next video, and that's pretty much that. So I'll catch you in the next one. Try out 6G flak. I'll catch you in the next one again. It's your boy Scared Soldier signing out. Peace.